Welcome to RISKSA TV. In studio with us today we have Sharon Paterson, CEO of Infiniti Insurance. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Now, Infiniti has been made up of 5 divisions. We've got Infiniti Legal Sense, Infiniti Aviation, Infiniti Reinsurance. We've got the Specialist Underwriting Division and the Broker Division. And now, in 2014, you've just launched 2 more divisions, the Construction Guarantees and Rescue Liabilities. Let's talk about construction guarantees first. What made Infiniti decide to open a construction guarantees division?
I think the most important thing to realise is that as Infiniti we're almost opportunistic in terms of our divisions and our specialist partners. If the right person comes along and the timing is right, then we'll go for it. And in terms of construction guarantees, we were very fortunate to find Clive Sparks, who was prepared to accept a position with Infiniti. It also dovetails very nicely with some engineering business that we do with 2 brokers in Natal. And over and above that, it adds to our current liquidation bonding guarantees that we do. So it's just fitted very nicely into the Infiniti family.
Can construction contractors get guarantees from any other players in the market, like their bank, for example?
Yes, absolutely. Banks and insurers both offer guarantees. We do it slightly differently, where what insurers do is insurers underwrite the whole risk. So we won't only look at the financial side of it. Obviously, we do look at the financials of the company very carefully, but we also look at how the company operates, the history of the company, the type of client that they do jobs for and do tenders to. And that's where Clive comes in with his significant experience of the market, of the construction market in general, and of guarantees. So he will be looking at the client as a holistic entity, and that way we can give the client the best possible deal.
Fantastic. How does this guarantee facility benefit a contractor?
Well, if a contractor has a facility, as opposed to having to get a guarantee for each and every job, he knows up front when he's doing a tender what he has in place. He knows what it's going to cost him. And so that makes it significantly quicker and easier for him to get his tender documents in. It's almost like a pre-guarantee of insurance up front when you have a facility.
Right, it sounds like exciting times there. Let's chat now about Risk, your liability division. It's a very specialized area and there are some very established players in this market. How do you see your new division, Risk, featuring in this space?
Risk is headed up by a lady called Richardson, who previously started an environmental liability company, which has since merged with another company. There is opportunity for her in that area again. We're also looking at different areas like adventure liability, for example. And there, just as I indicate on the guarantee division, that dovetails nicely with the existing business, we have a hospitality play headed up by Paul Halley called Ascent. And between the 2 of them, they can put together a really great all-encompassing product for the adventure market, and that's what they're doing. So it's a new area, and an area where it is really difficult to get insurance.
Sounds like you've attracted some fantastic skills.
Absolutely, but of course. The other area that Risk is going to be going into is the equestrian business. And there again, we have a specialist underwriter in Cuda that writes sports horses and race horses, as well as game. And from that perspective, Ildiko can offer liability products which dovetail into that industry. And again, it's an industry which has not really been explored terribly much by the current players, or in fact, I think understood by many liability underwriters.
So what is the point of difference that Risk can bring to this party?
Well, I think the different products. Also, as a branch of Infiniti, she is able to assist brokers and their clients with the understanding of what their need for liability is, and what they need to purchase. Often a client will not be aware of where their real risk in respect of a liability claim lies, and Ildiko brings a wealth of experience and knowledge to the market.
Absolutely. Now, we've mentioned that there are a lot of other players in this market. Why should the market look to Risk for liability covers?
Partly because of the expertise and partly because of our specialization within certain areas. The other thing that she will be doing is she'll be launching an add-on product in terms of environmental cleanup. And that will enable your smaller company, who would not otherwise be able to take such specialized liability, to take it as a small add-on. Obviously, the cover will not be as broad or as encompassing as taking a full product, but it will give them something in respect of cleanup costs, which most smaller companies don't have now.
Yeah, very difficult for them. Going into 2015, it's an exciting year. What other areas do you expect to see growth in?
Our emphasis is on growing the broker book of business. But again, as with Clive and Ildiko, if the right person comes along, there are areas that we don't currently play in. It would be lovely to grow our engineering area, for example.
Okay.
But that depends on who arrives and is looking to move at what time and who we can attract.
Okay, so very much an opportunistic lookout.
Very much an opportunistic lookout. If the person's right and the timing is right, then we'll go for it. If the person is not there, then we won't venture down that road.
Absolutely. Anything else about the year ahead that you're excited about, that you'd like to tell us about?
I think there are challenges in the year ahead. As with any year where there are challenges, there are huge opportunities. Obviously, the market is focused on the RDR at the moment, and that presents both challenges and opportunities for us.
Well, I certainly hope you make the best of them.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us today, Sharon.
Pleasure. Thank you.
For RISKSA TV, I'm Christy van der Merwe.